or waiting for other people who are here. I realized that because I was with some of the students just now, they was checking their hard copies of the warm-up paper for set A. I realized that the set A, the hard copy that you all have, and the set A that I have are different. Some of the pages are missing. My last question for set A is supposed to be this graph question, but your last question for set A in your hard copy printed paper is a different graph question. So there are a couple of questions that is not inside your hard copy. I repeat, there are some questions that are not inside your hard copy. So if you want the full finalized version of hard copy, please go to the Google Classroom, okay, and then extract the under warm-up revision set A. Yeah, give me a minute. Sorry, got people ask me question. So let me go through my warm-up revision for set A. Okay, so I'm going to do this for today. Okay, wait over. There's still some more students entering. Okay, without further ado, I should just begin. I should start with some of the basic questions first. So first question over here, to do warm up. So these are some of questions that should not be overly difficult, should be the basics should be can do. Okay, so for this question, expand and simplify. So what we have, you just multiply the numerator, the numbers together. 2x squared plus 6x minus 5x minus 15, then a total 2x squared plus x minus 15. Okay, next question. Now for questions that look like that, okay, what do you notice? There's a power 2 here. When there's a power 2, this means repeat it 2 times. Okay, repeat the data to the whole expression 2 times. So this is 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3 again. Okay, should be the same sign, right? Students who just entered the classroom just now, I will say I realized that hard copy of the paper that y'all have and the actual copy that I wanted to print for y'all is different. Okay, so there are some missing pages in between and there are some wrong pages. So the proper copy is on Google Classroom, okay, under warm-up paper set A. Please go there and extract. All right, so now for this question over here, remember this one is repeat 2 times. The sign stays the same, Then now when we expand this, we'll get 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x again, minus times negative become positive 9. Okay, and you'll get the answer 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Okay, just to sidetrack a little bit, there are some few golden algebra rules that you need to know. Algebraic formula: a minus b whole thing square is equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So this is one of the rules that you need to know. The second one, a plus b square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. The third algebraic rule is where both the brackets are different, a minus b and a plus b. Usually we use this for factorization. We get a squared minus b squared. Now give me a minute. Okay, so these 3 rules, algebraic rules, please remember. Okay, next question over here. Write down the following number in order of sizes. I believe you should know how to do. Convert each of them to appropriate decimal numbers. 75% is 75 over 100. That will give you 0.75. Okay, then this is 0.6. And then this one is pi 78539. And then this one negative number, right? And you notice that this number doesn't stop. Okay, it's actually a recurring number. So when you arrange, right, the order of the following numbers in the smallest with the size, of course, it starts with the negative number. Okay, then you have your next few numbers. Okay, should be correct lah. Not very sure. You all can check. In case if your answer is different from mine, just ask and let me know. Okay, next part of the question. Question say, list down the irrational numbers. What are irrational numbers? Anyone know? What are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are numbers that can that does not end, and numbers that cannot be written as a fraction. Okay, not only that, it doesn't end and has no pattern. Okay, so for the decimal over here, negative 0.222, this number doesn't end, but it has a repeating pattern. So this kind of number that has a repeating pattern will be a recurring number. Okay, a number that repeats itself. So for recurring numbers, we get negative 2/9. This is definitely the recurring number. Then which of the following are irrational number that cannot be written as a fraction? Then but square root 3/2, it looks like it's a fraction, right? But actually square root 3 is not an integer, right? So it's a number that doesn't end. So in this case, square root of prime numbers are usually, square root or cube root of prime numbers are usually all the irrational number. So square root 3/2 is an irrational number. Next thing, we have pi. Pi over 4. Pi itself is already a number that doesn't end. So pi over 4 is definitely an irrational number. Okay, just to take note, pi is not equals to 22/7. 22/7 is only an estimation. Okay, this is a rational number. Okay, but this one is irrational. Right? So please note the following difference. Okay. Question number 3. Okay, by writing each number correct to one significant figure. So you have 48.4, you round it off. You have 0.36, you round it off. 11.3, you round it off. Right? Do I need to ask people to tell me how to do this? Okay, so 48.4, 1/6 is down here. This number is, oh, who's it? Give me a minute. This number itself to 1/6 will be 5. Okay, round up. This is in the 50, okay, 50 range. So 1 dp, 1/6. So this one 0.4. This one 1/6 is at the first sequence is 1. So this number is actually 10. Xingling who just came in, I realized that this paper set A over here has some missing pages and different pages. So the question is not the same as some of the ones that I printed for you. The final copy is in the Google Classroom copy. If you want, you can take a look. Go there and retrieve the warm-up set A, right? So in this case, this number is 50 times 0.4 divided by 10, and you round it off, you get the number 2. Okay. It'll be a Richard, you just entered. I repeat again. I noticed that the hard copy that I printed for you is slightly different from the copy that soft copy that was supposed to be given. So the correct soft copy is in Google Classroom. So you go Google Classroom and look up under warm-up revision set A. Okay, so it's under warm-up revision set A. You can go there and find the proper copy. Right? If not, most of the pages in front are the same, but the pages at all the back are all different. Next one. Okay, the exact answer to a question is this number, and far around this number to two significant figure. So 4.3427, rounding it to two sig fig, 1, 2, this is the second sig fig. In this case, I will have the number 4.3. They want us to find the difference between the two answers as an percentage of the exact answer. So let us calculate the difference, which is 4.3427 minus 4.3. That gives me 0.0427. If I want to calculate this as the percentage, okay, I need to take the difference out of my original. Which one is my original? Okay, the original is the number, the exact answer they say. So 4.3427. Simone who just came in, I was telling them the hard copy that I gave you all for this, right, it has some missing pages, is not matching. Okay, but the pages in front are the same, the pages at the back are slightly different. The proper copy is in Google Classroom warm-up revision set A over here. Okay. Then multiply by 100%. Okay, so remember they say percentage of the exact answer. So please go and calculate the number. So I have this answer over here, slightly different. Okay. Next question. Now, inside this diagram, PQRS is enlarged to STU. PQR, we match with ST and U. All right. So whenever we have an enlargement or reduction or similar figures, okay, please take note and match up the different points. Who is this person on iPhone? Okay, and match up the different points. So if you have the different points over here, you will notice is PQ over ST, then equals to QR over TU, then PR over SU. Okay, write down the matching labelings, match the different points and the different angles. So angles and similar triangles are all the same, only the length have a particular ratio. So in this case, we match the angle that we have. This is 70 degrees. So in this case, this one is angle P. P corresponds to angle S. So this angle here will also be 70 degrees. Correct. So in this case, we make sure we have the following things that we know. Next thing in question, say write down the scale factor. We are talking about an enlargement. Scale factor is image over the original. Okay, image over the original. So when you talk about the image enlargement, the image will be a big value, a bigger number, over the original one, which is a smaller value. So first we find a matching pair of points, a matching pair of sides. I know over here, the smaller one, I have 10, which is PR. Let me observe. PR supposed to be with SU. Okay, PR is with SU. So in this case, I'll write the scale factor 25 over 10. We can either write it in terms of a fraction, okay, or a decimal. Decimal, if and only if the number is exact. All right, if not, then we can put this as 2.5 or 5 over 2. Okay, personally, I prefer fraction, and I'll just leave it like that. Okay, next one. Now we have all the scale factor done already. Find the length of PQ. So to find the length of PQ, I'm going to look at my information. They tell me that PQ is matching with PQ matching with ST. So I need this whole thing over here. Let me just write this down. Okay, so make sure we know how to write the ratio. Then we find the length with PQ, don't know. ST itself, ST is the side 35, so matching with the 35. Okay, Then what are the measurements that we know of? We know PR and SU already, right? So PR is the one that is 10. SU is the one that's 25. So what do we need to do? We just multiply the 35 across. And that will give me the number. Wait, let me calculate.
14.
Thank you. Whose voice is that? Not my student's voice. Is that my student's voice?
Dewey lah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. Next one, find the area of the triangle ratio. Area of the triangle ratio, right? So if you want to find the ratio, first we find the ratio of the length first. PQR. PQR is the small triangle. So small is to big. Let me find the ratio for the length. Okay, the ratio for length. Our ratio for length, we know the small pair is 10. Then the bigger one matching is 25. Let me simplify this formula. 10 over 25 gives me 2:5. But this is for the length. If I want to find the ratio for area, what do we need to do to all this? We need to square it. So it'll be 2 square is to 5 square. That gives me 4:25. Okay. My session will be a bit long, Paul. You all must get ready to do work. All right. Can? Okay, can I continue with it? Next question, find the area of triangle STU. Area of triangle STU, let us look at the questions. I have this side over here, this side over. When I want to use area of triangle, half AB sine C. We must make sure the angle is in between the two sides. Okay, cannot be any other angle. I must choose an angle that's in between the two sides. So area of the triangle will be half AB and then sine of the angle. Everyone, can you check your calculator angle unit? Is it in the correct unit? Right? Is it in degree or is it in radian? Later you put wrongly, then all your answers will be wrong. Okay. 5 times 70. Right, this answer will be 411.11. Round off to 3 feet, 411 cm squared. Is this okay? Okay, then done for this page. Then I move on already. You're still okay, right? The questions in front are still relatively easy, so still can, right? But the questions at the back may be different or a little bit harder. Next one. Now, a lot of students always jump into this and then they only look at the question. Good. I see your thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Only look at the numbers, but they never read this question in detail. Okay. You need to read the question in detail. The questions have a scale. 1:180. So some of you don't read the scale at all, or your the numbers just don't come out from where one, or you don't know what you need to do. So in this case, there is a scale. So it's actually 1:180. When we first begin with, there is no units or whichever on both sides, right? So we add a cm on our own. Then always read the question. The question say find in meters the actual. So you want the actual this unit here to change to meters. So you divide by 100. So dividing by 100, we get 1.8 meters for 1 cm. Okay, they want the actual width. Which one is the width of bedroom 1? Bedroom 1 got two numbers. One is 2.6, the other one is 1.9. What is width? Width is the one that is the shorter side. Okay, so it will be 1.9 cm. Right, the length will be the longer one. So now you take 1.9 divide by 1 times 1.8 and give you the number 3.42 meters. This one okay. This kind of question is very, very basic, very, very standard. Must definitely know how to do. Cannot don't know how to do, okay? Next part of the question, find in square meters the actual area of the master bedroom. So that means they want everything in square, the area now. So I have map is to actual, okay, 1 cm is to, which one should I use? The question say in square meters, right? They want it in meters. I can also use 180, then I change this to meters, but since I already changed it to meters, so I should write this as 1.8 meter. Next thing, I want the area. This is length. I want the area. Then what do we need to do? We need to square everything. 1 square cm square, 1.8 square meter square. Now, some people don't like to don't like a lot of numbers, or you don't know what you need to do. Okay, if you don't want to find the numbers, you can just use 1.8 square directly, so you can have lesser numbers to copy. Okay, but for me, I'll just do the square lah. So I'll get my number. This one 3.24. Okay, and then this one is 1. 1 square is still 1, right? Then next part, question say area of the master bedroom. What's the area of the master bedroom? The master bedroom over here has a length of 1.8 and a width of 1.8 and a length of 4.6. So what we can do 1.8 times 4.6 to find the area, 8.28 cm squared. Okay, alternatively, I can use the ratio method to convert this into meters, then multiply together. Also can, still the same answer, just that different method only. So this one here, 8.28 is the one on the map, 8.28 cm square. I want to get the meter square. I need to divide, then multiply. Who's here? Okay, divide and then multiply. So in this case, we got 8.28 over 1 times 3.24. This one is who? Junjie, is it? Oh, okay. Junjie, the student whoever they just give me, I think it's Junjie. Okay. Right, this paper, I realized the hard copy of the paper that I given you all is different from the soft copy that I wanted to give out. Okay, so some of the pages are missing, printed wrong page. So the correct version of this paper is in our Google Classroom warm-up revision set A. So you go there and find the final proper copy. If not, the questions in front are generally the same. You can still calculate the answer. Still use it. So in this case, I'll calculate my answer and I get my answer 26.8272. Either I can choose to leave it as the actual answer, the exact value. For me, I will probably do this, but there is quite a number of decimal places. So if you were to round it off to 26.8 meters squared for 3 seat feet, I wouldn't mind. I'll still give it as a correct answer. Okay. Right, math skill is a very basic question. Definitely must know how to do. Okay, memorize the different steps or methods that you must use. All right, I'll move on to the next question, slightly a little bit more complicated because you need to read the tables. Right, next question. Okay, this one is a table for the average water bill itself for different households. In July 2018, there were rebates. Now, what is the meaning of rebate? Some people will not know what is rebate. The technical term meaning rebate, right, is something like I give you discount, something that is you pay lesser, they pay you back, right? So they don't charge you that much. So that's called a rebate, to help to reduce the water bill. So these are the prices before and after the rebates. Then the question here says calculate the percentage rebate for a HDB 3-room flat. HDB 3-room flat. So we know before and after. Okay. So let me find the difference first. The difference will be 39 minus 31, which is $8. But if I want to find the percentage of rebate, I need to take this rebate $8 out of my original value. What is my original value? That means the value that is before the discount, before the rebate, which is 39 times 100%. Right? Please calculate your answers.
20.512.
Okay, thank you. 20.513, then round off 20.5%, or you can write it as a fraction for exact value, 20 over 39%. Okay, both are correct. Oh, not both are correct, sorry. Question did say correct to 1 decimal place. So my fraction cannot be correct answer. I need to convert it to decimal place. Okay. Next part of the question, this one should be okay, right? Just need to know your original value and read the table properly. Next part of the question, this question got a few different keywords. Number one, it says average monthly water bill. Monthly. This one, what is this water bill for? Shows the average already, water bill per month. This is already monthly. All right. Sometimes they want yearly or whichever. So you must watch out for the words that they mention. All right. This one is HDB 5-room flat. HDB 5-room flat in July. I don't know what is this. Yeah, HDB 5-room flat. Okay, in July, right? This one is already in July. Right, before the rebate. So that means I'm going to take the number before the rebate, which is $53. That's the one that's before the rebate. Okay. All right. So in this case, I'm looking at my $53. The question say that this price was an increase of 20% from July to 0. So this was an increase of 20%. That means from 100%, I plus 20%, I get 120%. What does that mean? The 120% is the number 153. So this is 120%. Okay, so 120% represent 153. Please do not put equal sign for proportion. They are not equal. Okay, either you use the dash line, represent, whatever, no equal sign. Okay, then now from the average monthly bill, the average monthly bill in July 2017, this one is the original one. Now this one becomes the 100%. Find the average water bill for July, giving an answer in 2017. So I need to find 100% is how much. Okay, so what do? We take 100 divide by 120 times this. So 100 over 120 times 153. Okay, my answer 127.5. Money, 2 decimal places, $0 and cents, 2 DP. Who's here? Oh. Natanya, you just came in. I was telling some of them who were here earlier on, the paper that I printed, the hard copy paper, I realized has some missing pages and different questions. So some of the pages are printed wrongly. The correct version of this revision paper is in our Google Classroom, Walmart Set A. So you can go there and retrieve the paper. Okay. So this one is for reverse percentages. Please make sure you do the percentage correctly. Next question, writing this as a single power of 5. All right, a to power n times a to power n. When we have multiplication, the power adds onto each other. When we have division, the power subtracts. So in this case, they want as a single power of 5. Single power of 5 meaning 5 to the power of something. So I want 5 to the power of something. Okay, there are other things down here. What is square root? Square root is the a to the power of half. So if I were to have cube root, then that would be a to the power of 1/3. If I have cube root of a to the power of 5, this will be a to the power of 5/3. Whenever we take root, we are dividing the power by something. So my original power is 5. I'm dividing the power by 3. Okay, for example, so in this case, what will be a to power of 7/2? This will become, I take my original power 7, square root, I'm dividing it by 2. Okay, so this is what root power means. Okay, next thing, now let us work out the expression, the power. When we have multiplication, the power add up to each other. So it's 3 plus -2. When we have division over here, this division, power minus. And this one, square root 5, square root is the power, square root is power half. Okay, so this one, you just merely use your calculator. For algebra or numbers or whichever power form that's this kind, try to write your answer in improper fraction if necessary, right? But in this case, the answer is just half. So 5 to the power of half. Okay, they say write as a single power of 5. So they want 5 to the power of something. Don't give me the answer as half. They want 5 to the power of something. Okay, next question over here. Question 7b. All right, I want to have this. Now, the moment, how do we handle this type of question? The moment when you notice that there are different base number, some you going to multiply or add all together. No, don't do that. Okay, change to smallest prime factor. Okay, so 2 is already on its own. So 2 cubed, 2 is already the smallest prime factor. So now we deal with the number 16. 16 divided by 2, 8. Divide by 2, 4. Okay, so now this number 16 have changed to 2 to the power of 4. Okay, but the 16 outside still have one bracket over here. Okay, one power over here, x plus 1. So this need to multiply, okay, to x plus 1. This one you need to multiply it to x plus 1. And this one stays 2 to power of x. Anyone cannot understand this portion? Is this part okay? The conversion of the 16? Okay, please don't go and anyhow multiply the number 2 and 16 together to get a bigger denominator. They change everything to the smallest prime factor. Okay, good. They gave me a thumbs up sign. So next one, when I have this, right, power, this is multiplication. The power add up to with each other. So this is 3 plus, who is this iPhone? Okay, 3 plus 4 bracket x plus 1 equals to 2 to power of x. So if that's the case, since the denominator and the denominator are the same, I will have the power and the power to be the same. So the base and the base are both 2 already, right? So my power will be left with 3 plus 4x. Remember to expand this correctly. This will be plus 4. And this one is x. Okay, so you notice 8, there are x already. We need to rearrange. So for x, this one will come over to this side, become minus x. Can. All right, then I shift all the numbers over to the side. This will be -4, -3. So simplifying it, I will get 3x to be equals to -7. Finally, x will be equals to -7/3. Okay, so we can get your answer this way. All right. Can, so a few skills to take note. Number one, change the base. Number two, combine the power when multiplication, power add together, not multiply. Then we simplify just the numerator, the base, the power itself, not say the base, the power itself. Okay. If you're okay, then let's do question number 8. A quick word problem, a very small one. Okay, when you see this kind of question, distance, speed, time, I will always put DST. Hey, James walked on a treadmill every evening. He walked for 10 minutes. Notice, this is in 10 minutes. And then I have other things in terms of meters per second. So I probably need to either change everything to seconds or change everything to minutes. So in this case, my timing is 10 minutes, but I will change the 10 minutes to seconds. So 10 minutes, I need to, 1 minute got 60 seconds. So I multiply, this one will be 600 seconds. Okay, at a slow speed of 1.4 meters per second, and that helps me to find the distance later on. Okay, the second part of the portion, DST again. Question say, and 20 minutes at a fast speed. Again, 20, this is in minutes, but my speed here is in meters per second. So I'm going to multiply by 1 minute 60 seconds. So 1200 seconds. And then the speed is 1.8 meters per second. I can calculate the distance. Then I find the total distance that he have walked. Right, so to calculate the distance equals to speed times the time. So it'd be 1.4 times 600 to give me 840 meters. The other one, 1.8 times 1200, that will give me 2160 meters. So total distance, add these two together, plus 840. I get 3000 meters. If you like to, or you want to change it to kilometers, also can, doesn't matter. So I just put 3000 meters in this case. Okay. My next student, Ray, he goes for a hiking. The length of his route on a map is 26.4 cm. The scale of the map is this. Write down the number of kilometers he walked. So in this case, I'll go for my map is to actual again. 1 is to 25,000. To begin with, no units, so I put cm on both sides. Okay, and then since they want kilometer, km, meter, cm. So cm to meter divided by 100, meter to kilometer divided by 1000. So I need to divide by 100 and 1000. Okay, change it to 0.25 kilometers. Then he say he walked the route 26.4 cm. Then you multiply times 26.4. Okay, so this is now 6.6 kilometers. Okay. Adam who just came in, I was telling your class, the worksheet that I have printed, the hard copy for you is different from the soft copy. The full version, some of the questions are missing and some pages are wrong. So the full version is on Google Classroom warm-up set A. Okay, next question. Ray, the walk takes Ray 1 hour 15 minutes. Calculate the average speed. Okay, in kilometers per hour. So distance, speed, and time. The distance for all we calculated was 6.6 kilometer. Okay, the time taken was 1 hour 50 minutes, but they want it to calculate in kilometers per hour. So I'll change this to 1 hour. The 50 minutes will be 50 over 60 of an hour. Okay, so my average speed, the speed itself will be take the distance, divide by the timing. Please make sure you know how to use your calculator with mixed number. I got my answer to be 3.6 kilometers per hour. Okay. Next question, how does Ray's hiking speed compare with James' speed on the mule track? So James' speed was have a different speed, right? So question is, they want to compare speed on the mule track. So James' speed was different. Okay, so what we can do is we need to find the average speed for James first, right? Average speed for James. So we need to calculate an average speed for James. Oops. Okay, maybe Miao Ying and Jia Xue might have some difficulties, is it? The average speed for James will be the total distance divided by my total time taken. Okay, but remember, James' speed was, the distance was in 3,000 meters. This one over here is in kilometer per hour. So what I need to do, I probably need to change this into meters, kilometers. So it's 3,000 to divide by 1,000 to give me 3 kilometers. The total time taken, there are two timings down here, two timings. One is 600 seconds, one is 1,200 seconds. So we need to take these two to add them together. That will give me a total time of 1,800 seconds. 1,800 seconds, but 1 minute got 60 seconds. So I divide by 60, 1 hour got 60 minutes, divide by another 60. So we'll get this number. And answer will be 6 kilometers per hour. Compare this, okay, Ray's hiking speed and compare it with James' speed on the mule track. So in this case, James have a higher speed. Okay, so when we want to compare, okay, I must take note. Make sure they are of the same kind of units. And not only that, for James, there are two different speeds, right? So we have to find the average speed for James instead. Okay, next question. Next page, this is the page where the question starts to be different already. Either you use your iPad, if not, you pay attention first and participate in the question, then you can fill up your answers a bit later. All right. Okay, so the questions are different already, different question. Okay, question number, this number over here, this line has a gradient G and Y-intercept AB. So what do we need to do? Any general equation of a straight line is Y equals to mx plus C. So you notice this is 2y equals to 3x minus 8. This is not y yet. So I need to change this into y, make it into just y. So what do I need to do in order to change this into just y? I need to divide by 2. Instead of writing the whole thing divide by 2, I can divide individual numbers by 2. This will be 3 over 2x minus divide by 2. This one will become 4. When we compare this, y equals to mx plus c, mx plus the c. You notice this one has no x, the gradient itself has no x. So the gradient is just the number 3 over 2. Okay, then next one, they say the y-intercept. So what's the value for my y-intercept? This one will be my y-intercept. Y-intercept, this value -4. What is y-intercept? Y-intercept cuts the x-axis. So if it cuts the x-axis, no, what am I doing? Y-intercept cut the y-axis. Sorry.
I don't have these questions, yeah. 我没有看到这个 question 的。
Which I repeat for like 10
Oh,
times.
sorry. I never
This
listen.
worksheet is not correct. The correct worksheet is inside the Google Classroom. Warm-up revision set A. Right? You may not have the paper with you now, or you only have one iPad. You can't toggle between the two sides. Either you do a split screen. If not, then you just fill out the worksheets, the question a bit later. Now, y-intercept, it means cut the y-axis. When you say cut the y-axis, the value for x is equals to 0. So straight away, A and B, the value for x is equals to 0. So what is the y-intercept? This is your y-intercept number, which is the number -4. Alternatively, you can sub x equals to 0 into your equation. So 2y equals to 3 times 0 minus 8. 2y is equals to -8, y equals to -4. Answers are still the same. All right, so one same question, but different method. Okay, next question. This one, don't know whether is it inside. I don't think it's inside. Okay, this one is the very standard one that appears in the TYS many times. Okay, this one you should know how to do. I spin the spinner. One is the color, one is for the number. So red 1, red 2, there will be red 3. Then blue 1, blue 2, blue 3. Then green 1, green 2, green 3. Green 3. Now, how to use this kind of possibility? This is called possibility diagram actually. Okay, how to use this kind of table? I know this question very simple. All of you can write the outcomes very easily. But when the question asks you, for example, like find the probability of getting a red color with an odd number, red color with an odd number. Please don't go and do what a red color 1/3 times odd number 2/3 or whichever. For possibility diagram, no need to do such kind of thing. What you need to do, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total of 9 possible cases. Denominator must be 9. Next thing, look at the conditions. I want red with odd number. I want red with odd number, red with odd number, red with odd number. There are only 2 such cases that has red with odd number. Answer probability 2/9. Okay, answers of probability for this kind of question, that will be 2/9. All right, so when you have the possibility table, do not go and count part by part. These times these, or this plus this, or whichever. Just count the total cases, then you count the possible cases that is favorable to you. Next page, next question. This one over here, cross multiply this. Intuitively, you should know we need to cross multiply. Cross multiply, equation stays in the center. So this will be x times x plus 5. This is just a number 6. So when after we cross multiply, you expand, you get x squared plus 5x equals to 6. This is where a lot of students start to make careless mistake, or you don't know what to do with it after that. Then you do like completing square lah, don't know whatever that you do to it. K factorize also cannot, right? So when you cannot do this kind of question, first thing, make the denominator equals to 0. Is Ethan still having this? Okay, so make this, not denominator, make this equals to 0. So I'm going to shift this to make it equal to 0. I have to shift it to this side. X squared 5x minus 6, right? Okay, so you have to make it equals to 0 over here, this side. So you have this thing equals to 0. Now you can either use the formula to solve, or you can try your luck to use your calculator to factorize whichever. So I shall do factorization because I think some of you don't know how to do factorization yet. Okay, to factorize this, I want to get x squared. I need to change it to 2 brackets to be equals to 0. Something times something, x times x to give me x squared. The number here, I need to get a number 6. What times what can give me 6 and can be related to 5? There are 2 combinations. You can have 2 times 3 to give me 6, and it looks like they also can give me 5. Let's check. You all don't write first, okay? This may not be the correct answer. So it looks like I can get positive. This one, they want positive 5x, right? So positive. I must make sure I do addition on this side and add up all the different terms. So in this case, if I want to get a positive 5, I'll try to get a positive 2 and a positive 3x. I bring it over. Things to take note. This is positive times positive. Give me a positive number. But this sign and this sign over here does not match. Okay, doesn't match. That means this combination is not correct. So if this combination is not correct, then what can you do? You can use your calculator to help you, or you can try a different multiplication, okay, different form. So in this case, I can try the other one. Oh, 6 times 1 gives me 6. Okay, then x times 6, this is 6x cross. Okay, x times 1 is x. I want a positive 5x. So my larger number gets the correct sign. Like the other one will have to be minus. So that 6 minus x, 6x minus x will give me 5x. I bring over the sign. This is plus, this is minus. Okay, so this one will be negative 6. For students who use a sharp calculator or whichever, your numbers may not be easy to find the answer. So I think you better practice a little bit more. Okay, so this one will be x plus 6. The other one will be x minus 1. Okay, student, please look carefully. A question here says solve. Then of course you put it equal to 0, no problem. If the question say factorize, okay, RISC, do not put equals to 0. Don't have this thing, okay? So some of you like to add it on its own, then you go and solve the answer. Okay, factorize, the answer is just directly only 2 brackets. Don't need to have something. But when they say solve, I want to get x equals to a number. So in this case, x plus 6 is equals to 0. Negative 6, 1. Okay, so this will be my 2 answers. Okay, next question. Now, this question over here give you the clue already. Again, it's in terms of x squared, x and number. 3y squared minus 5y minus 4 equals to 0. Giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So this is telling you cannot factorize, need to use the formula. What is the formula? X equals to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, when you have plus minus square root, this actually means the first answer is plus. The second answer is this whole thing repeated. But now this time round, we do a minus. Okay, there are some students who don't know what is plus or minus. Then inside your calculator, you never key it properly. You put without a sign. When you put it without a sign, the whole answer totally wrong already. Okay, so when you put plus minus, this technically means repeat the whole thing, but one is addition, the other one is subtraction. Then next one, let us fill up, identify the values. A is equals to 3, B equals to negative 5, C equals to negative 4. Remember the sign. Okay, usually I don't bother to calculate, I will write everything. Not X in this case, the question here is Y not x, not x. So in this case, y equals to negative v. You notice I don't write numbers straight away. In case if I write just -5, then the answer is wrong. It's negative of -5. But I'll put my brackets. B squared minus 4ac over 2a. So for students who have not memorized this formula, okay, I don't know whether you all know or not, Yiting, Randy, Junxie, okay, still got many others. I'm also not sure whether do you all remember it correctly or not. Please remember the correct version. Okay, memorize it. Then the next step, we'll replace it by the numbers B for A and then C, then divide by 2A. Right, then after this, I will use my calculator mode 3 directly. I won't bother to press the 522. Okay, I won't bother to press the whole equation. I'll just cheat a little bit using my calculator to get my answer, in case if I key the answer wrongly. Okay, giving to 2 decimal places. Then I round it off, 2.26, negative 0.59. Okay, both the answers. Okay, next question, factorize the following and hence factorize. Here I have one keyword, hence factorize, meaning I have to use this pattern. First, let us factorize this again. It involves a number 2x squared. Okay, I want to get something times something. It involves 2x squared. What times what give me 2x squared? 2x times x give me 2x squared. This column is all multiplication. Next one, the number over here is 3, negative 3. What times what can give me 3? Okay, and then after that, I want a 5. Okay, so I notice this is a minus sign. So probably I'll take something minus something, okay, to give me the number 5. So if I want something minus something to give me 5x, I'll probably put 3 down here and 1 down here. Why is that so? So that 2x times 3 is 6x. X times 1 is x. I want a positive 5x. The larger ones get the positive sign. Then the other one get the minus. So that 6 minus 1 will give me the number 5. So this one is minus, this is plus, and check the sign, this is negative. So here I get 2x minus 1, the other one will be x plus 3. Okay, so now I have this whole expression already. Question say, hence factorize. All right, hence factorize, meaning I must identify the pattern. Compare this with 2x squared, 5x minus 3. What is the x? What is the x? The x is actually y minus 1, correct? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let x become y minus 1. Using my answer from the top over here, this is 2 times x minus 1. This is x plus 3. My x is now changed to y minus 1. I repeat again, observe the pattern. Then you notice y minus 1 and x are the same. So y minus 1 and x are the same. I'll use my previous answer over here. 2 times the whole of x, x plus 3. I will replace the x itself by y minus 1. Okay, but this is not the final answer. There are a lot of brackets, right? We need to expand and simplify. So this will be 2y minus 2 minus 1. Then this one will be y minus 1 plus 3. Simplifying this one will get 2y minus 3 The other one will be y plus 2. The correct answer. Is it okay? Is this question okay? You need me to explain again? If you are okay, give me a thumbs up. Cannot, then you put a cross or whatever, then I re-explain again.
Thumbs up.
Sure, sure understand, huh? Okay, can.
I must reply to you in case you think nobody answer you.
Yeah, correct. True, that's very true. Okay, so correct. This one is a new type of question, not say a new trend question. Seldom come up, but sometimes you never know, the examiner suddenly crazy one set the question. Next one, solve the inequality. I know it looks a little bit difficult. The basic one also some of you cannot do already. What more to do with fractions? But this is a true N-level, is it one of the T1S question that I picked it out? Okay, that means it can come out if we have numerical denominators. For inequality, right, I can work it out like a normal equation, but there is a rule of thumb when I have a fraction. When I want to cross multiply, my denominator is the one that changes sign. Okay, my denominator is the only one that changes sign. My numerator must stay the same. So some of you would like to write it this way, 3 lah, then 4x minus 3. This one is not correct. This is not correct because the inequality sign will have changed direction. So you cannot write happily anywhere on your own that you like already. Follow accordingly. 5 cross over to this side. So this will be the opposite denominator over here. This will be 5 bracket 2x plus 1. Then this side over here will have the opposite denominator, which is 3 bracket 4x minus 3. Okay, after which you need to expand and simplify the terms. So we will expand this out. You'll get 10x plus 5 times 1, 5. Then 3 times 4, 12x. This one will be negative 9. Okay, please take note. So once we have this, we group all the terms. When we are only doing addition and subtraction, plus or minus, we are shifting around. Okay, no change in inequality sign. No change in inequality sign. Okay, we are only shifting around. I understand some students like to put x, the bigger value, over on this side. Correct. You have the right answers first. But for inequality, I will recommend you to always put the one that you want to find on the left hand side. The subject x should be on the left hand side. Okay. Why is that so? Because the inequality sign is very difficult to shift places when you change and make something the subject. So usually I will always try to keep my inequality sign the same. I'll shift all my numbers and x on the left hand side, numbers on the right hand side. So negative 9 stays here. This is positive 5, bring over, become negative 5. This one is a positive 12, bring over negative 12. I'm shifting only. I'm not doing multiplication, division of negative numbers. My inequality sign stays the same. Now this one is negative 2x, then negative 14. Okay, negative 9 minus 5 is not negative 4. Please use the calculator, negative 14. Right? Now this part over here, I want to get rid of the negative 2. I'm going to divide by a negative 2. This is the portion. When I divide by negative 2, my inequality sign now changes direction. Okay, to become x. Then divide by negative 2 will become a positive number 7. So x is greater or equal to 7. Okay, next thing, now there are some students who don't know how to draw inequality number line. So in this case, first draw a normal number line, x, put the number inside. Okay, there shouldn't be any other thing. Even if you don't put x down here, it's also okay. Because some of you, right, you put your number line, right, Then you put the X down here. What is this for? This one no need, this is extra, no need, okay? The number line should be just only the number, right? So it's just a line with the number. To be more kiasu, you can put 6 is at the back, 8 is in front. Okay, next thing, look at the equal, the sign here. When I have greater, equal to, less than, equal to, this kind of thing is solid circle. Okay, when I have a greater than or just less than, this kind of question is anti-circle. Okay, so in this case, this one over here is a solid circle from 9. This one, if you don't understand, it means X greater than or equal to 7, greater than 7, greater than or equal to 7, greater than all the numbers on the greater side. So inequality direction there. Can? Okay. Next question. Okay, this one is word problem, simultaneous word problem. We are not even halfway there. Okay, I'll tell you. If you're tired, you all let me know. I give you a break. Y'all can continue already now. You're still okay? No response. Okay, never mind. I continue. It should be better only break. Okay, can I earlier? Okay, earlier okay. Means I continue. Very good. I'm here at Emma in a coffee shop. I'm here buy 3 cups of coffee, 2 cups of tea, blah blah blah. Okay, for this kind of question, this is talking about price, right? I will always have quantity. Wait. TIQAN. How to spell? TITY. And price, and then cost. I always write down. These are the 3 things. So quantity times price equals to cost. Okay. So for Amir A, this person, Amir, he buys 3 cups of coffee. Okay, 2 cups of tea. Oh, this one got coffee and tea. I don't know. 2 cups of tea. This one I need to have a different way. This is for coffee. I write too big already. This one for coffee first. The other one for tea. Quantity, price, cost. Quantity, price, cost. Okay. For Amir, he buy 3 cups of coffee, 2 cups of tea. I don't know what is it, but the total cost is equals to $6.75. Emma, she buy 4 cups of coffee, 3 cups of tea, and she pays with a $10 note and receive a change of 60 cents. So $10 note minus 60 cents, $9.40. Okay, write down a pair of simultaneous equations. Use C to represent the cost of a coffee and T to represent a cup of tea. So they want the total, this plus this equals to. Okay, so but question, read the question here. C in dollars. Yeah, should not use this color. In dollars, T in dollars. Check. Is this in dollar? Is this in dollar? Yes. So this is the correct units. Then I can simplify, write down the pair of equations. The first equation for part 1, 3C plus 2T equals to 6.75. Equation 1. Equation number 2, 4C plus 3T equals to 940. Equation number 2. Then we need to solve simultaneous equation. How do we solve simultaneous equation? Some of you do changing subject. Okay, some of you do elimination. I strongly advise for numbers that look like that, equation that look like that, there is no X or Y on its own. Okay, please try to do elimination. So if I want to do elimination over here, let's say I want to get rid and make something the same, maybe if I were to work out, I make 3C, make C the same. If I want to make them the same, I will take this, I will multiply by 4 throughout, times 4, times 4, times 4. Then this one I'll multiply by 3, 3, and 3. Okay, then in this case, what will I get? I'll get 12C, 8T, and the number over here, 6.75. You. What's this number? Oh, I got 27. Okay, then the other equation, 4 times 3, this is 12C plus 9T equals to 940 times 3, also must times 3, 28.2. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to get rid of C. You notice they are the same number and the same sign. Same sign, you subtract SSS. Different sign at DSA. Okay, same sign, you subtract. Yes, Simon? Oh. Okay, so I shall do a subtraction over here. I subtract, okay, and I try to get my answer over here. This one will be 8T minus 9T equals to 27 minus 28.2. I get negative T is equals to negative 1.2. So a cup of tea costs $1.20. Okay, after I get this answer already, then I plug into any of the equation to find the price for a coffee. I got no space to write my working. I should just work out very quickly. What is this? 3 coffee plus 2 times tea equals to $6.75. So 3 coffee, no, 1 coffee, $6.75 minus 2 times 120 divided by 3. Answer $1.45. Wow, so cheap. Simon is okay. Simon, hello. Simon, for this part of the questions are not the same in your worksheet. The remaining questions are in Google Classroom, the warm-up revision set A over here. Okay, okay. So work out the cost, but then this is not the final answer. Question here is a little bit tricky. Question say I want 2 cups of coffee, right? You want 2 cups of coffee and 5 cups of tea. So my total price, I'll need 2 cups of coffee, 2 times 1.45 plus 5 cups of tea, $1.20 to give me the total. Of $8.90. Okay, $8.90. I think I cannot finish this paper today. I want to cry already. Okay, next question. Cannot finish, never mind. I won't drag your time. Okay, I continue tomorrow only. Right, we zoom a few more times only now, right? Okay, question number 15. This one, a shopkeeper sets the selling price of the painting at $480. If he sells it successfully, he'll make a profit of 120%. Question, this $480 is how many percent? Is this $480 120%? Who say yes? This one is not 120%, huh? Okay, why? Because this selling price includes the profit. That means this one is not 120%. It should be 100 plus another 120% of the profit to give you 220%. This one then is correct. So in this case, this is just the reading of the question only. So 220% represents $480. Then I want to find the cost price, which is 100%, 100 over. Oh yeah, Simon, because the paper is set A, but the one that I printed for you, the hard copy, right, got missing pages. So the correct version is in warm-up revision set A down here in the Google Classroom. Simon, can you hear me? Okay, so if you don't have it now with you, never mind, you either you do later, you pay attention, or you, I don't know which way you want, or you can print it out later or whatnot. Okay, but the question is down here. So that's why you don't have the hard copy of it, because I printed the wrong page. Sorry. Okay, so this one over here will have this price 100 over 220 times 480. So if you are doing it from iPad and you still need to watch me on iPad, you probably need to do a split screen at the same time already. Okay, so this one will be the cost of the price. I'll round it off to 368,218. No, not 3 money. So it's okay to have 2 decimal places. Is that okay? All right. Next question. A shopkeeper gave a lady a discount of 7.5% off the selling price. So 7.5% off 480, discount 100 minus 7.5, left with 92.5%. Okay, for paying in cash, find the cash price. So 92.5% of 480. And that will give me $444. Find the shopkeeper's percentage profit for the cash sale. For a cash sale and you want to first find the profit, that will be dependent very much on the cost price that you managed to find correctly. So we need to take the 444 minus the original cost price, which is 218.18. Give me a minute. Shafi. Yeah, okay. So in this case, we have this one over here, profit minus 218.18. 225.82. They want the percentage. Percentage meaning profit. I take the 225.82 out of my original. Okay, out of my original. Original is this one. Out of the original. Times 100%. Okay, and I get a number of 0.350. So round off 103, no, 104%. 3SF. Okay. For this question, the questions itself, the calculations are not difficult. Just that what they have been testing, you notice the first few questions, last few questions I've been going through is to be able to identify the correct denominator. Okay, you have to identify the correct denominator. For students who just came in nicely, this paper, right, the set A paper, the hard copy that I printed was not correct. Okay, the hard copy that I printed was not correct. So correct paper is inside the Google Classroom over here. Okay, Shafi also just entered. Shafi, the hard copy of the paper that I printed, right, is not correct. Okay, some missing pages. The correct version of this paper that I'm going through now is warm-up revision set A inside the Google Classroom. You can go and get. Okay. Next question. Oh, where did I go? Okay, next question over here. This is question number 16 on number patterns. A boy shaded some squares. Not sure if you can see the shading. The shading is over here. This is the shaded square. So the shaded square, like we say, is a square. This one, the concept will have be related to what we are going to find out some patterns later. So this is a square. Okay, so these are the shaded squares. Okay, next question. Then now let's take a look. What are the different number patterns that's available? So there are some for the shaded and some for the unshaded, right, inside this pattern. So you see, first one is one square. The other one is made up of two of the sides and two. So this is a 2 by 2, which is actually a 2 square. The number of shaded square, this is a 3 by the 3, 3 times 3. This is actually 3 square. So when you want to get 36, 36 is actually 6 square. So this number pattern here, this term will be the number 6. X will be 6. Okay, then obviously if I want to get y, the y term, this one is 9. Then this one will be 9 square, which is the number 81. Okay, so not so difficult, doable, just need to observe. Next thing, what about the numbers over at the other side? The other one definitely not going to be square already, so we need to observe. Oh, 8. Every time I expand 8 plus 4 to give me 12, plus another 4. Okay, so this means it's going to be a series, a multiple of 4. How to find the number pattern, a formula for it. Okay, how to find the number pattern, a formula for it. If I'm adding 4, every time I add 4, the formula will be plus 4n. Can? Then I need to find what is the number in front. What number plus 4n can give me 8? What number plus 4n can give me 8? I minus 4. I minus away 4, then I'll know, oh, this number is 4. So 4 plus 4 will give me the number 8. So this formula will be 4 plus 4n. But this row over here is row the 6th row. So in this case, this formula over here will be 4 plus 4. The n, this is row 6, right? So it will be 6. Then 4 plus 4 times 6 to give me the number 28. So z is equals to the number 28. Okay, so with that, I found the values for x, y, z. X is equals to 6. Y is equals to 9 square, which is 81. Z is equals to 28, according to this formula. Write down and simplify a formula for S in terms of it. Where is this letter S? Where is pattern S? Pattern S is this one down here. Okay, pattern S. So pattern S is looking at all the square number. Haziq could just key in. This one, the hard copy for the worksheet I printed got some error in my hard copy of the worksheet. Some pages are missing. You can retrieve the worksheet from the Google Classroom warm-up revision set A over here. Okay. So in this case, I have S in terms of n. S is the sequence for the one with all the different squares. So S, T, N, A, T, N. For S, the sequence, right? Sn will be equals to n squared. Okay, next one, find the pattern for U. We already found the pattern. We know it's always plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So for UN, pattern U is this one, right? U is this one up. So UN, that will be always plus 4n. And we found the term in front, the term 0, which is the number 4. Okay, then the next part of the question say which design, meaning n equals to what number, has a total of 4 unshaded squares. Unshaded square, the formula is given by this one over here. So so I know that a total of 48 unshaded squares is given by 4 plus 4n. 4n equals to 44, n equals to 11. Is it possible for a design to have 54 unshaded squares? So I take 54 equals to 4 plus 4n minus 4, 50 equals to 4 plus 4n, but n is equals to 50 divided by 4, that gives me 12.5. Then please explain this is not enough. Since keyword n equals to 12.5 is not a integer. Okay, therefore, is it possible for it to have 54 shaded squares? Not possible. Okay, can? If you're okay with this, let's move on to the next question. Do y'all need a break? This one almost 3:30 already. I scared y'all faint.
Yes, I need a break.
Okay, then
It's too long. I need a break.
then like that tomorrow I continue. Then I stop here for today lah. Tomorrow I continue with the rest of the question. Or those who can make it, y'all stay. Cannot make it, then I do not know what you want me to do. Or a quick break lah, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I may need to continue longer than 3:30, you know, because I still got a lot of pages never finish. How is it okay? 2 minutes break, 2 minutes. Want or not? No response. Yeah. Okay, somebody give me thumbs up. 2 minutes. Quick 2 minutes. I drink water also. I also know losing my voice already. Bye, Jing Heng. Okay, 30 more seconds and we shall continue in another 30 seconds. Okay, I shall continue. Okay, the following questions over here. A garden ABCDE is shown below. It's made out of an isosceles trapezium and a semicircular plot of land. Now, when you have a trapezium, right, quickly write down the formula for trapezium. Area of trapezium half bracket. What do you all remember? A plus B times the perpendicular height. Right, next one, semicircular plot. Semicircular plot got circle got two formula, right? Circumference is pi d. Area is pi r squared. Okay, so please take note of the things that you need to do. Now we look at the diagram over here. AB is equals to 4 meters. Vertical height is 5. Okay, I should just write it in. Vertical height is 5. And then you have another length over here. This is x. something to take note, I will immediately find the radius. Okay, I will try to find the radius first. So if the whole diameter is x, probably this one will be x over 2, x over 2. Okay. Now the area of the whole trapezium AB, just the trapezium only, is 400 cm square. Convert 400 cm square to meter square. So I want 400 square to meter square. Meter to cm or cm to meter is divided by 100. But when I have area, will be meter square, cm square, divided by 100 square, divided by 100 times 100 square. So in this case, 400,000, I need to divide by 100 square to give me the area that's being needed. 400 and give me 40 meters square. Okay. Then next part, they say find the length of EC. EC, which is the one that they ask you to find. Also in this case, I can do this a bit later. So they know they have given me the area already. The area is 40 meters square. From here, area of trapezium is half A plus B times the perpendicular height. We know for in this case over here, the two parallel sides A and this. Since they label it X, I'll call it X also. So this means this is 4 plus X times the perpendicular height, which is half. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of my numbers first. I don't want the half, don't want the 5, because my 4 plus X is inside the bracket, right? So I keep my 4 plus X over here. I don't want half, I divide by half, or times 2 also can. I think I times 2 lah. I think you all know what's times 2, right? Times 2. Then the one the 5, I divide by 5. 40 times 2 divided by 5 gives me 16. So 16 equals to 4 minus 4 plus X. X will be equals to 16 minus 4. 12. Okay. So the moment I know that this whole thing is 12 already, always plug it back into our equation. This whole thing is 12. That means this portion over here, the radius is 6. This is 6. Next part, find the perimeter of the whole garden, including the semicircle. Leave your answer in terms of pi. I only want the perimeter. Okay, perimeter, that means I need this over here. I need this one, and I need the semicircle. Ew, so ugly. Okay, but the question is this line included? This line is not in the perimeter. It's in the middle of the garden, so it's not included. So what are the things we need to do? First, we need to find this portion here is already 6. I know my radius is 12. Oh, not radius, the diameter is 12. I'll need to find the arc, which is a half of the circle or half of the circumference. This one is half of the circumference. Circumference is pi d. My diameter for this whole thing is the number 12. So pi times 12. Okay, I can get the length. But the problem is, I do not know what is this. Uh-oh. But what else did they give me? They gave me that the whole figure over here, this whole thing is 12. But I know I can cut it into a right angle triangle like that. This is 5. Correct? If this portion is 4, the whole thing is 12. How much is this portion? The whole thing is 12. This portion is 4. So 12 minus 4 is 8. I divide it equal. They say why I need to divide it equally. They say isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. So I take this one. 8 divided by 2 gives me 4. That means this portion of my line over here, this is 4 meters. Then what is this whole portion? This one will be my Pythagoras theorem. So this one will be Pythagoras theorem. Here will be square root. I'm finding the hypotenuse, so I add them together. 4 square plus 5 square. The isosceles trapezium, both of them are of the same length. Then now I'm going to add everything, all the numbers up together. So you add number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, everything together. Then you get your final answer. Okay, can I? But the question says leave your answer in terms of pi. We have 4 square plus 5 square. This number is 6.403. So this number is 6.403. They say leave your answer in terms of pi. Let me simplify this. Half times 12. Half times the 12 is 6 pi. Add everything together. 6.403 plus 4 plus a 6.403 plus a 6 pi. This 6 pi is on its own, cannot touch. So final answer will be a 6 pi. Then we add all these 3 portions up together. 6.403 times 2 plus 4. Yeah, I'll get 16.83 as well. Okay, so my whole answer here will be in terms of pi. Okay, next up, it says it costs $2.50 to put out 1 meter of fencing. 1 meter will cost you $2.50. Okay, putting the fence around the garden, that means I'm going to use the perimeter, which is the one over here, right? So I need to find 6 pi plus 16.8 meters cost how much? So I just multiply the price, then you can get your answer. It times $2.50. That will cost about $89.12. Is this okay? Ken, you need to copy anything? If not, then I'll move on already. No response. Hello. Are you okay? Okay, Ken, give me a thumbs up already. Good. Next question. Okay, this question. One of the few common one you notice in your N-level exam, they like to ask about parallelogram or rotational symmetry. That's for all the coordinate geometry one, right? Then for measurements of diagram, right? They also like to ask you about squares, okay, circles. One of the other one that's one of the favorite that the teachers like sometimes is actually rhombus. Okay, rhombus, please remember a few different properties about rhombus. Firstly, first property of a rhombus is a parallelogram. Okay, a rhombus is like a slanted square. A rhombus is a parallelogram. The 4 sides are equal. Secondly, a rhombus, the perpendicular of the rhombus cut each other at 90 degrees, and they will cut all the different portions into isosceles triangles. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to know about a rhombus, the property of a rhombus. Okay, so if they tell you that AB is equals to 5x plus 1, and this one is 9x minus 4, first thing, this is a rhombus. It means AB and BC and DC and AD are all equal to each other. Okay, all equal to each other. All right, so from here, they say, form me an equation in terms of x. Show that x equals to 2.25. Which equation? Only got these two expressions, right? And they are a rhombus. So that means 5 bracket x plus 1 is equal to 9x minus 4. This one will be 5x plus 5, 9x minus 4. Then I'll put all my x together. So subtract this. Please be careful with your sign. So this one will be 4x is equals to 9. Divide by 4, x is equals to 9 divided by 4, 2.25 shown. Is that okay? Yeah. Next question. So now I've shown this already. The question says, hence find the radius of the circle. Oh, what information have I missed out? The other part. Oh, I have a wire. this wire, the total length is 90. That means this is telling me that the perimeter from the rhombus over here is not fully 90. Why? Because the remaining, the other part, is used to form the circle. So when it form the circle, it will give me the circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle will be pi d. So this is for the remaining portion. So first, let me find the length. I know x is 2.25 already. Let me find the length for AB. AB equals to 5 times 2.25 plus 1. It'll give me one side to be 16.25. The total, they have 4 sides, total perimeter. 16.25 times 4. I have 4 sides to give me the number 65. So the remaining will be equal to 90 minus 65. This 25. This 25 cm is for my circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle. Circumference is given by pi d. Pi times d is equal to 25. Diameter will be 25 over pi. I only want the radius. You take this answer, divide by 2. Answer will be 3.9788. Then 3.9368. 1, 2, 3 round up 3.98 cm. Answer. Is this okay? You're working backwards. Okay. This is for 2D diagram. Next type. Next question. So sorry. Again, trapezium. So you notice I always pick up the common shapes now. Rhombus, trapezium, circle, semicircle. Okay, arc. But arc is most likely in paper 2, so I'll do that a bit later. Okay, so this one is a trapezium. Find the area of the trapezium in terms of x. So we already know formula for area of trapezium. Half a plus b times h. So half a, which is 13x, plus the whole of this 17x plus another 12, 17 plus 12, 29, 29x times the perpendicular height, 5x. Okay, add this together, 13 plus 29 is half times 42x times 5x, half times 42 times 5, 105, x times x, x squared. Okay, can. So find the area of the trapezium in terms of x, 105 x squared. Next one, given the angle, so when you have a pair of trapezium, you have a pair of parallel lines. So you have interior angles over here. So you have the 2 interior angles. Right? This means this angle over here, y. Oh, maybe I can find using Picasso, right? So in this triangle, or did they ask me to use parallelogram? Sorry. Okay, in this triangle, this is my angle. So we have the one over here. This is my opposite. This one will be the adjacent, O and A. TOA. That will means tangent. Tangent of the angle Y. Opposite is 5x over adjacent is 12x. Why is it still okay to do so? What do you notice about the x and the x? They cancel away. All right, so y is just tangent inverse 5 over 12. Answer. Okay, so you get your answer 2.619 in degree 61. So okay, 2.6 now 1 dp. Is that okay?
I think I cannot continue for too long. I'm halfway going to die. Going to die halfway already. Can I skip this? Yeah, cannot skip this. This one purposely put inside. Okay, cannot skip. Never mind. Do this completing square. So when they never tell completing square, but the moment you see this inside this form, you immediately must know it's related to completing square. So if I have x squared minus 6x minus 5, I need something square. X squared become x minus, this is still minus 6x, we drop the x. The number 6 you divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. Right? Then outside here is always minus, minus 3 square and got a negative 15. Bring down negative 15. So x minus 3 whole thing square. 3 square is 9 and minus 9 minus 15, which ends up with the final answer, negative 24. Right, they want you to find the value of A and B. So you notice A is the number, plus A is negative 3, plus B is negative 4. So A is equals to negative 3, B is equals to negative 24. Right, next part of question, hence solve. Now look at this part of question. It's not totally exactly equals to 0. It's not equals to 0. This whole thing is the same. So I replace only this portion. But then this one over here, the number is 1, not 0. This is 1, not 0. So you get x minus 3 whole thing square equals to 1 plus 24, which is 25. Then when you take square root, x minus 3, square root of 5 got two number, 5, or a square root of 25 got two number, 5 or negative 5, x equals to 5 plus 3, negative 5 plus 3. Is this okay? Can so just be careful of the question. Not always equals to 0. Sometimes it can be equals to number. Can? Then I move on already more. Next question. Okay, this one is taken out from the T1S, exact same question. The results are summarized on a accurate pie chart, meaning I can measure with protractor. Okay, but why did I choose this question? They're asking me on the part where I need to explain. Kit says that she recorded more gray cars than Charm, like more gray cars than Charm. How do I know? Okay, although we take the angle, when we want to find a certain number of cars, we need to take the angle, which is the theta, out of 360, the whole circle, multiply to the total number. Okay, it's a portion. But then the total number recorded by Chum and recorded by Kit on different days, this total number may not be correct. It may not be the same. So even if they have a bigger angle for Kit itself, the angle is larger angle. But if I do not know the total number, therefore I'm not able to conclude very definitely that she recorded more gray cars. So explain why she's not correct. The total number of cars recorded on each days may not be the same. Okay, then the next part over here, this one you should be able to do. There are 20 red cars on the car park on that day. Red cars for when the child went. Let me take my protractor. So I put my protractor and I measure 20 red cars. My angle is 100 degree. All right, there are two circles. One is the outer circle, one is the inner circle. It may look like 80 degree, but this one definitely not 80 degree lah. So I managed to read my angle as 100 degree using my protractor. So it means 100 degree represent 20 red cars. How many cars were there? The total number, a full set will be the full circle, that will be 360. So I take 360 divided by 100 times 20. 360 over 100 times 20. I get 72 cars. Okay, so for this kind of question, when you don't really know what to do with it, if there is this word such as accurate or the actual scale or something like that, please measure accordingly. Okay, next question. Okay, this one. Okay, converse of Pythagoras theorem. This question was recently I went through in class as well, but it's one of the more iconic question where you cannot just use the converse of Pythagoras theorem directly, and students will also assume Pythagoras theorem. So this question is actually a trick question across the many different years, right? First thing to take note, they gave you the area of the triangle. Second to note, they never say this is right angle triangle. Do not assume. Okay, that means if it's not going 90 degree, cannot use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, cannot use the Pythagoras theorem. Then how do I find the perpendicular height? What is the information given to me? And given to me the area of triangle. So area is equals to half times the base times the height. So the area here is 52.08. The base is given to me 8.4. And then I do not know the perpendicular height. Okay, this height is not AB. This height may not be AB. Okay, may not be AB. Don't assume that it is. So in this case, I want to find the height itself. What I do, I bring it over 52.08 times 2 divided by 8.4 to give me your answer. Oh, I got answer H to be 12.4 cm. Okay? This part I can understand, right? Just that you get very easily to be misleaded. Then the next part of the question asks me, is ABC a right angle triangle? Technically speaking, I asked quite a few different teachers, and some of them say it's not necessary that you must use converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, I went through the converse of Pythagoras theorem method in class the other day, so I'm not going to redo that method again. I'm going to share with you another different method that some teachers say that students might be easier to understand instead of just keeping to converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if AB is if the angle, if ABC is a right angle triangle, they say if, they wrote if, then AB is equals to square root 15 square minus 8.4. Then this number, square root 15 square minus 8.4 square, is the number 12.427. But this is not equals to the perpendicular height. Should not write it this way. Of 12.4 cm, which is the perpendicular height. Therefore, angle ABC cannot be 90 degrees. Okay, this is what some teachers say. You can try to do this instead of writing the Pythagoras theorem. Maybe you all might find more sense for it. But for me, I personally prefer the version that we uses Pythagoras theorem. So I went through this in class already. You can check the answers well for the TYS question that we went through in class. Okay, so this is just an alternative method that some teachers say you can try. Last page, last question for the day. I should be able to end by 4 o'clock. Okay, this picture actually in exam you just tikam, right? Put ABC. Okay, try to put some sense into it. In order to know this question, you probably need to know the different diagrams and the different powers. Wonder if you still remember, we had this one over here. Oops. Should I draw it bigger? Maybe I should draw bigger. Okay, this one is where the power y equals to x to power -2, meaning y equals to 1 over x squared this time. Next one, this one over here is the one with the reflection of the bar. Y equals to x power -1, which is 1 over x only. Next one, this one is a straight line. Okay, so it's y equals to a to power of 0, which is a number, not okay, a constant, y equals to 1, something like that, and just a number. Next one, y equals to ax, a times x. This one is a straight line. Straight line, you all should know, right? Then next one, quadratic equation, smiley face, y equals to ax squared. Next one, the one with the snake, y equals to ax cubed. Last but not least, this one is a little bit different. Exponential, y equals to a to power x. The power is my x. So when you look at this question itself, directly this one here, okay, this one here will be something with a power x. Let's see which of these has a power x. This one has a power of x. So definitely this will be y equals to 5x. Okay. Then next question, let us look at this. What is this one? This one is in the cubic equation form, the one, the snake, right? So y equals to ax power 3. But there are different power 3 over here. Let's take a look. I have y equals x power 3 minus 5. And I got 5 minus 3x. And I got x cubed plus 5. Okay, the versions that we have drawn over here, this is always a positive number. So if I want to have y equals to 5 minus x cubed, the graph will look the other way around. It will go down instead. Okay, so in this case, this one is out. Okay, next thing, I look at this. What is the difference between this and this? One is minus 5, the other one is plus 5. It means when x equals to 0, my y-intercept, my y will be equals to -5, the y-intercept. This one over here, when x is equal to 0 plus 5 equals to 5, my y-intercept. So one of the y-intercept is positive number, one of the y-intercept is negative number. Let's check. Where is my y-intercept? This is a positive number. So in this case, I'll choose the one with the positive number, which is y equals to x cubed plus 5. Okay, next question over here, this one. Here, this is a sad face, the normal one that we have over here. This one is a happy face. Positive x squared is a happy face. Negative x squared will be a sad face. Let us find the negative x squared. Negative x squared over here, we have this one. Oops. Negative x squared. And we have this one, negative x squared. But then there is something slightly different about this one over here. You notice for this, right? The y-intercept is 5. And I don't know what are my x-intercept value. And let's take a look at this one. So I'm going to consider between these two. Y equals to 5 minus x squared. Okay, let me find my x-intercepts. Okay, x-intercept y is equals to 0. X squared will be equals to 5. X will be equals to square root 5 plus or minus 2.236. This means my curve should look symmetrical because both the answers are the same. But you look at this, one is small, the other one is the big value. So these two values, these two x-intercept, right, is definitely not the same answer compared to this one. But this one here has same answers. This one over here, minus x squared plus 3x plus 3. If you're going to use a calculator to factorize, you'll notice we have one bigger answer, one smaller answer. So in this case, I will choose y equals to negative x squared plus 3x plus 3. Okay. Then this one will be the final answer for this. Okay, last part of our graph. Given that the graph of this has a maximum point, write down the coordinates of the maximum point, write down the equation for the line of symmetry. To be conservative, if you are not sure about quadratic graph, always use I, L, and I for intercepts. Let us first find the x-intercepts. X-intercepts happens when y equals to 0. So 0 equals to 5 minus x squared. X squared equals to 5. X equals to square root 5 or negative square root 5. Two answers. What is the line of symmetry? Line of symmetry is the equation x equals to, take the first number over here plus the second number over here, add together, divide by 2. Now you notice I'm not going to use decimal place. I'm going to plug it exactly. Root 5 plus square root in negative root 5. Okay? One is positive root 5, one is negative root 5. It becomes 0 over 2. So the equation of the line of symmetry is actually x equals to 0. Oh, okay. So this is a symmetrical line. Then last but not least, the maximum or the minimum point is when x equals to 0. How are we going to find the y? We start y equals to 5 minus 0 squared, which is the number 5. So you'll notice this one appeared in your 2017 TYS, one of the questions as well that I've explained the other day. Okay, all right, if that's the case, finally we finished this paper. No other questions. I have many more questions in Ang-Mo-Kio set paper, Bedok View paper, and whichever paper. So I'll try to find time to go through them as well. Okay, with that, I thank you very much for attending such a long session for today. Okay, no other questions, then you can go off already. Bye. Thank you. Any questions? Bye-bye. Sing, okay? Sing, got any question? Bye-bye.